May 20th, 2018. President Trump posted a series of messages early this morning blasting Robert Mueller, the broader investigation going on in the FBI, Hillary Clinton, and former campaign chairman for Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, amongst others. On his Twitter page, he posted this. So this began, we posted a tweet late last night that ties in with the same thing. So we'll start with this tweet starting late last night and then the series of tweets this morning. Late last night, President Trump tweeted, quote, "If the FBI or DOJ was infiltrating a campaign for the benefit of another campaign, that is a really big deal. Only the release or review of documents that the House Intelligence Committee, also Senate Judiciary, is asking for can give the conclusive answers. Drain the swamp." So that was late last night. And then he sent out, following up, this series of tweets this morning, starting with the first one reads, quote, President Trump said, quote, things are really getting ridiculous. The failing and crooked, but not as crooked as Hillary Clinton, New York Times has done a long story indicating that the world's most expensive witch hunt has found nothing on Russia and me, so now they're looking at the rest of the world. At what point does this soon-to-be $20 million witch hunt, composed of 13 angry and heavily conflicted Democrats and 2 people who have worked for Obama for 8 years, stop? They have found no collusion with Russia, no obstruction, but they aren't looking at the corruption in the Hillary Clinton campaign, where she deleted 33,000 emails, got $145 million while Secretary of State, paid McCabe's wife $700,000, and he adds got off the FBI hook along with Terry M., and so much more. Republicans and real Americans should start getting tough on this scam. He goes on, another tweet, it's part of the same series of messages. Trump says, quote, now the witch hunt has given up on Russia and is looking at the rest of the world. They should easily be able to take it into the midterm elections where they can put some hurt on the Republican Party. Don't worry about Dems' FISA abuse, missing emails, or fraudulent dossier, saying sarcastically. Goes on, President Trump adds, quote, whatever happened to the server at the center of so much corruption that the Democratic National Committee refused to hand over to the hard charging, except in the case of Democrats, FBI. They broke into homes and offices early in the morning, but were afraid to take the server. And finally, he adds, and why haven't the Podesta brothers been charged and arrested like others after being forced to close down the Podesta group he's referring to, his very large and successful firm? Is it because he is a very well-connected Democrat working in the swamp, working for the swamp of Washington, D.C.? So that ties into a lot of what many of us have been talking about, this known hypocrisy going on in the FBI and the corruption, ongoing evidence of more and more corruption from Hillary Clinton and John Podesta. I just talked yesterday about this recent release. We got some new Podesta emails giving further evidence of the Podesta group working on behalf of the pro-Russia Ukrainian political group, the Party of Regions, and a second exchange which shows then Obama White House counsel John Podesta. At the time of the exchange, he was working with the Obama White House while also lobbying on behalf of his brother's firm. He's also lobbying on behalf of the Podesta group while working under Obama. Clear conflict of interest. I talked about this in more detail last video, but John Podesta, formally stepped down from the Podesta group in 1993. So he and the entire mainstream media, John Podesta has a lot of friends in the media like Stephen Colbert and others that he's lobbied for. They all played along with John Podesta's story that he had nothing to do with the Podesta group during the time that he was working for Bill Clinton, Obama, and more recently Hillary Clinton. That email setting up a deal with JetBlue to set up a deal in Puerto Rico, that is evidence that John Podesta and the media was lying on his behalf. And of course, people I'm sure are hearing about the name Stephen Halper. So this should be the subject of a whole other video. But just very briefly, President Trump did address the most recent news with Stephen Halper, tying back to the FBI again. He is been thrust into the center stage of this Russiagate drama. Just briefly look at an RT article here. They say Stephen Halper, who has a long history of working with the CIA, has been revealed as the man who was charged with keeping tabs on Trump's election campaign. The spy controversy that rumbled on for several weeks has reached a dramatic and peculiar ending with the revelation that Cambridge professor Stephen Halper was sent by the FBI to scope out 2 of Donald Trump's campaign advisors on his 2016 election campaign. All-time biggest political scandal, having quotes. They reference this tweet from Trump. Several Republicans floated allegations that the FBI spied on Trump, and the scandal came to a boil on Friday when the president himself tweeted that an informant was implanted on his campaign. This was the tweet from Trump from May 18th, a couple days ago, where he said, President Trump said, reports are there was indeed at least one FBI representative implanted for political purposes into my campaign for president. It took place very early on and long before the phony Russia hoax became a hot fake news story. If true, it's the all-time biggest political scandal, he says in his tweet. That was a couple days ago. It's part of the lead up to this series of tweets calling out the FBI, Mueller, Hillary, and Podesta's corruption, and the clear double standard that's going on with the FBI. Does this mean that anything else might be happening? Is this lead up to more possible events happening in the coming weeks? Let me know what you think this could mean, broader context. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. If you leave a like on this video, it's greatly appreciated, and subscribe to the channel. Another reminder, I'm over on patreon.com/realityreader. Thanks to everybody that has donated over there. Even $1 or $2 makes a huge difference. Allows me to keep reporting on these issues. Patreon.com/realityreader. I have a link in the description of this video. Leave a comment. I will follow up shortly.